am Matt Hawes as your host, and Robert Sperry as co-host. And here's Matt.
Hello, America! Yeah, just like cameraman Dave said, this is our my co-host, Robert Sperry. And say hi, Robert.
Hi, Robert.
Okay, and this is our inaugural episode, and so we're just winging it right now, trying to figure out where we're going to go from here. What we're going to do is discuss, different events of the news and just oddball stuff.
Whatever's off the top of our head.
Yeah, yep, and we're going to have, chances for people from around the Evansville, if they'd like to be guests on this episode, or not just this episode, but future episodes.
There's more than one seat on this couch.
That's right. And then, what else? Oh, before I go any farther, I gotta say hi to Brett, Lindsay, Trenton, and Amber, because they told me to. And okay.
Don't forget about cameraman Dave.
Cameraman Dave, say hi.
Hi.
So, and cameraman Dave will be with us for each episode too.
That's
how should we start our episode, Robert? Most episodes they start with a monologue or some jokes. Since I'm not really a professional comedian, I don't have a whole shtick together, but I figure we can tell a joke that I think our audience would appreciate.
I'd like to hear a joke,
all right,
Matt.
You want to hear this joke? This is such a great joke. You want to hear a joke, cameraman Dave?
Yeah,
Okay.
Joke.
Okay. There's two penguins and they're in the bathtub. All right, and one says, "Pass me the sod." The other one says, "I'm not a Volkswagen." Oh, I love that joke. Oh, that's a good one. Woo! If you have any jokes of your own that you want to send in, feel free to do so. You can send it to 654B East Diamond Avenue, Evansville, Indiana, 47711. And also later on, we're going to give you a chance to, call in if you want to be a guest, or if you want to, just be on, just to give us some feedback on the show. Want to talk about cable access?
We'll give the address and everything again later in the show, so everybody knows
right.
where to
Yeah,
send
we'll give the address as well. We're going to give the phone numbers and the address that you can call. And there is some qualifications if you want to be a guest on the show. First off, you can talk about anything. We're not supposed to, strictly speaking, advertise anything, but if you can play music, if you have any jokes, just anything of community interest that you want to, do, then
you could do something novel.
But yeah, you can't, can't be cussing or nothing like that. So you got to keep it clean, because otherwise they'll come and kill us. So let's see. We did our penguin joke. Hey, Rob.
Hey.
I was in Chicago this past week. Where were you? No,
I couldn't go.
Couldn't go.
I went with my family, though. My whole family.
We kicked him out. No, anyway.
Part of my family now.
It was I'm now took his place with his family. They've already removed all.
They can abuse you now for a while.
Right. They removed his pictures from all the picture frames and put mine. And look at us. Nobody even knew the difference hardly.
Not really. It was like pretty much the same.
But anyway,
I was slimmer.
The reason why I was in Chicago was for the Wizard World Chicago Comic Con that's held each year at the Rosemont Convention Theater.
Second biggest comic convention in America.
Convention Center. I said theater.
Okay. You did, but still.
Yeah, second largest. You had guest star Sean Astin from the Samwise. Is it Gandhi? How do you say his name?
Gumwise.
Huh?
Gumwise?
Gumwise? You don't know what you're talking about, Cameron Day. Shut up.
Gamgee. Sam
Gamgee. Yeah, I think that's right. And he's from Sean Astin. Also, for people who don't know, is the son of actress Patty Duke for the Patty Duke Show. Robert, can you do a little bit of the theme song for us?
I don't remember the things.
They're cousins. Identical cousins.
Yes, for sure. They look alike. They think alike. They even smell alike. They're identical cousins.
You know I'm going to use this to bribe him later on, don't you?
But you're forgetting what he was really the star of.
Wait. We'll get to that. But first, let me tell.
If people don't remember what Sean Austin's really a star of.
Well, wait a minute. We'll get to that. But let me just tell his other parents. His other parents. No, let's see. His father, his stepfather, as it is, the one that he takes name is John Astor from Addams Family. Go ahead and share what you were going to say.
He's Mikey from the Goonies, if nobody remembers correctly. He's the little kid with the inhaler. That's what he's really the star of. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and Rudy. I don't like sports, but he was in Rudy.
Yeah, the short-lived football player.
Oh, that's so sweet. Anyway, so anyway, let's see, who else was at the show? We had
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith. I didn't even try to get in his line. Not because I don't like him, but because, rather that he, just has too many people. I'm not going to waste, 4 hours to see the guy. Let's see.
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul, which I did waste, 4 hours. No, actually, I only wasted probably a half hour or so to go see Darth Maul, and he was a friendly guy. Talked about filming Iron Fist. You know the character Iron Fist from the comic books?
Power Man and Iron Fist comic books?
Right, Power Man Iron Fist. He's the guy who wears the little slippers. Anyway, cool character though. He's been around since the 1970s. Some of you might remember him if you've actually, read comics as a youth. He hasn't been as featured in as many books in recent times. Let's see. But anyway, he's going to be shooting. He hasn't started filming that yet, but he's going to be filming that. You got Walter Coyne, is that?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how you pronounce his name, from Star Trek fame, the classic Star Trek, the original series. And Nichelle Nichols, who she played Uhura.
Lieutenant Uhura.
Believe it or not, I've watched these shows, but I can't pronounce these names. But anyway, they were all there.
Chekhov and Uhura.
Yeah, and Chekhov's son was in a film that you can find on the internet, probably going by theforce.net or digital webbing, www.digitalwebbing.com, and you can find a fan film called Batman Dead End.
These are free sites, no pay sites.
Right, these aren't pay sites. I don't go to the pay sites because I'm cheap. But anyway, you can go to these websites and you can basically the digital webbing leads to theforce.net, which will give you this download. You can find the download of this. It's about 8-minute movie with Chekhov's son. The reason I'm bringing this all up, Chekhov's son, I can't remember his name, but he's the younger one.
Mr. Coyne.
Yeah, Coyne. And he plays the Joker in this 8-minute film. And there's Batman. The guy playing Batman looks like, if you know who Alex Ross is, he's a popular artist, but mostly the comic book fans out there might know who he is. The character of Batman, or the actor playing Batman in this film, looks like he stepped off of Alex Ross' painting, basically. You've seen the film, right, Robert?
Yep.
And
it was nice.
Yeah, that's a really cool film, and there's some other surprises which I don't want to mention because if you download this, you might want to check out for yourself. Some characters you'll never see Batman meet up against. Anyway,
in real action, at least.
Right. The whole reason I'm bringing this all up, though, is just to point out that Chekhov's son was in this piece, and the director's name was Sandy Calera, I believe. And like I said, you can find it on digitalwebbing.com, which will, had an interview. I think it's still up. And the Force.net under their fan films, I think, has a spot for it. And it's really cool, so check it out. And then let's see, who else was there? Warwick Davis, but your brother managed to insult his friend, his poor little friend.
He insulted a dwarf.
Yeah, the dwarf. No offense to you dwarves out there, but yeah. His brother managed to do it inadvertently, of course, not intentionally.
He didn't think you could hear him behind a curtain.
Well, see, we're getting ahead of ourselves here because first, okay, there's what's the character's name? See, you're more familiar with Willow than me. Warwick Davis is the dwarf. I think that is the proper term for this.
All I can say is his best friend. I don't remember his name.
Because Warwick Davis played Willow, and his friend was on at the convention.
The guy who played his best friend in the show.
His name, I can't tell you his name because it's easy enough to remember. It's David Steinberg, but it's not the comedian of the same name. It's another little fellow that acts in the movies, and he was Willow's best pal in that movie.
The one who chickened out in the middle and went home.
How dare he?
That's what he did.
Can't stand those chicken dwarves. Anyway, no, just playing. But anyway,
I don't think there's a lot of chicken dwarves to be.
I hope there's no chicken dwarves out there. If there's any chicken dwarves, I apologize, and to you and your families, and to your bloodlines. Anybody I might have offended. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and tell the story about Dave. Wait a minute. I just got to finish that story. So Dave, it was my pal, his brother, and all that. We're going to the show, right, to see Warwick Davis and his little pal. And, you know, we're done because they're both little. No, have we made enough cracks about that? Okay, so anyway, we're in the line.
Dwarf calls.
Huh?
You're gonna get a lot of dwarf calls.
You know, there's a few out there. They're probably gonna throw something at me. By the way, you know, there is a difference between midget and dwarves. I'm serious. A scientific difference, I think. Now, correct me again if I'm wrong on this. But you know, send in, you know, your hate mail or whatever. But the way I understand,
5 feet, you're considered dimension. If you're under 5 feet, considered dimension.
Is that really? See,
It's definite, yeah.
Okay, see, I was thinking a midget. I thought the difference was also physically. Like a dwarf, we're really getting off tangent here, but I thought a dwarf looks like a little kind of a short. He's got more adult-looking features, except for they're more shortened, so to speak. Whereas a midget looks like a child, kind of, you know.
The dwarf was like hell. He's had long beards and battle axes and lived in the mountains.
But it's a technical term. I mean, I think they really call it dwarves. But see, like midget is like, you ever see like those old Argane comedies where, you know, midgets try to play off as kids because they look like them. Anyway, we're getting totally off here, but so we're at the con, getting back, you know, to where we were.
Oh, go ahead.
Huh? What?
Go.
Now, anyway, so Dave and I are waiting in line to see these guys, and they at these conventions a lot of times they want you to pay for the autographs. Anyway, you know, you pay for the money to get into these. I'm going off another tangent here, and you got to pay for their autographs. What the? Anyway. But you know, Star Wars, you have to pay to get their autographs. Okay, so we're waiting in line, and I'm paying for both guys' autographs because they're sharing a table. Now, Warwick Davis is really the featured guest here, but his friend's sharing a table. So my friend Dave there, he doesn't want to pay money for David Steinberg's autograph, not even the real comedian's autograph. He just wants Warwick Davis's autograph. So what happens is we go up to take these pictures, right? And you know, Zoel's getting the autographs, and you know, I take mine. You know, I get my picture. Dave holds the camera, takes a picture of me and Warwick Davis and David Steinberg, and they're all beaming, smiling, right? And then Dave, he only paid for Warwick's. So what you have here is you have, okay, like Warwick is beaming, okay, he's smiling at me when I'm holding the camera, taking a picture of Dave, and Dave's kneeled back by, you know, beside him or what have you. And then you get this guy, David Steinberg. He's looking like this. He's just looking like, you know, he's teed off. What the, you know? But anyway, it's funny because the only reason why he wasn't staring at nobody, staring at the blank air. He's mad because my friend didn't get his autograph. Now you figure he's gonna have to get used to that day. But anyway, so was that enough for my friend to make the dwarf mad that time? No. So what's he do? Okay, so like there's a partition that's behind these. You know, like say we're, you know, they're seated together like this. There's a curtain partition back here, and on the other side of that partition is a line leading up to see Darth Maul. You know, the one Star Wars person that people actually want to see there. Not that Willow was a bad. He's a cool guy in my book.
Don't forget, he's also a Wicket from Star Wars.
He's Wicket, yes. He's Wicket and he's Leprechaun. You know the movie Leprechaun. Warwick Davis is the Leprechaun from the movie Leprechaun. Did you ever see those movies, Dave? Did you see Leprechaun?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's saying that's who he is. He's
a horrible horror show.
And so is it horrible? They had 3 or 4 sequels.
They're horrible.
They're horrible sequels. But anyway. So there's a line of people, you know, going up to see Darth Maul. Now this is directly on opposite side of that same curtain partition, you know, that's separating the, you know, like a little wall there, but it's not a wall, it's a curtain. Anyway, so what happens is we're in line there, and Dave is saying to me, I think they were in the Lollipop Guild. I'm like, who are you talking about? I think it turns out he was talking about Kenny Baker. And he says, Kenny Baker. I said, well, no, they're not old enough. And Kenny Baker is not even old enough to be in the Lollipop Guild. And so he says,
from Wizard of Oz.
From Wizard of Oz. We all know the Lollipop Guild. We represent that whole thing. I could do the dance for you, but it'd probably be an ugly sight. Yeah, anyway.
I'm sure it would.
Anyway, so anyway, he's saying this, and he says, did you hear that? I'm like, what, Dave? He says, they're talking about the Lollipop Guild. I said, Dave, they heard you. I said, they heard you talking about them. And he's like, you think so? I'm like, it's only a curtain there. So then the next few minutes, he says, oh, did you hear that? And I'm like, what? And he says, they said that he's not old enough to be in the Lollipop Guild. I said, they're parroting what you say, Dave. I say you managed to insult 2 dwarves at this show. Are you happy? Dave's nut. Anyway, we'll have him on here sometime, and he can do a dance for us too. But we'll promise he won't insult any dwarves. So we've tamed him since then.
We beat him.
But let's see what else at this show. Oh, yeah, there was also.
Did you acquire a really cool book?
Oh, I picked up a Superman 4. Hi, Dave.
I know, 50 minutes.
Dave's dancing back there. Okay. Come up in front of the camera, Dave. Dance for us a little bit.
No. I'll stay back here.
Anyway.
Superman number 4, you say?
Yeah. Superman number 4. This is a second appearance of Lex Luthor and the second mention of the Daily Planet. And by the way, you might be surprised to know this. Lex Luthor had hair in his first appearance. He was a redhead scientific genius.
Harpo Marx.
Like Harpo Marx, which most people think was blonde, but he was actually redheaded.
You bought this book?
Yeah, I got it. Superman 4. You can see it at a shop called Comics Unlimited. But anyway, is that okay, Dave? Anyway, so what happened is, okay, we're at this, at the con. I picked up that book there. I picked up that book. I picked up a few other things, and okay, so Bill Tucci, there's a guy named Bill Tucci. I don't know how many people will be familiar with him. Even if you are a comic book fan, you may not be familiar with this guy. But he's aces in my book. I got to tell you a little story about this guy because it's kind of funny. And
here we go.
Right here.
Yeah.
If we can get a close-up on this, Dave, especially this woman right here with the white face makeup. Are you able to get a good shot on this one?
Yeah.
Okay, this white woman right here, I think I'm pointing at the right one. That's a character named She. Most people might say Shy. It's S-H-I, but it's actually pronounced She. And they're actually going to make a movie of her, which Tucci's been trying to get made for years. At one point, Tia Carrere of Wayne's World fame, she was going to be the woman who was going to play the She character. And
ironic we're talking about that. Wayne's World was public access, and here we are.
Hey, that's true. See, that's a cool segment. Wayne's World.
Party on.
There you go. Well, anyway, you're almost like Garth, aren't you? I just thought about that. Can you wear a blonde wig next time?
Sure.
Okay. No, get your mind out of the gutter.
No.
How dare you? Not that kind of access. But anyway, so to Bill Tucci, he says now the decision's down to Kelly Hu, H-U, I guess that's how you say it. She was Lady Deathstrike in the X-Men movie, the X-Men 2 movie, which that was aces.
They didn't say Lucy Liu either?
Lucy Liu. No, he said Lucy Liu too, but he asked me, he says, now this guy, I gotta explain to you, he's kind of a boisterous personality. He's got this New Yorker accent. I think he's either from the Bronx or Brooklyn, one of those kind of, areas from New York. And so he's real vocal, and, he says, it's between Kelly Hu and Lucy Liu. Who do you think should be here? I said, I think Kelly Hu's like, exactly, that's what I think should be her. Should be the part. And so I'm like, oh, that's cool. Well, anyway, at this time, a guy walks by with ice cream, eating ice cream. And we're at the convention here. I'm sitting on the other side of the table. He stops the guy, says, hey, is that ice cream or is that yogurt? And Bill Tucci, or the guy tells Bill Tucci it's ice cream. He says, ice cream good because I don't like yogurt at all. And see, I'm agreeing with him because I think yogurt sucks. It looks like ice cream.
Not to offend you people out there.
No, I apologize to anybody who enjoys yogurt. It's a wonderful treat. Anyway, but so Bill Tucci, the creator of She, he says, hey, you want ice cream? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take ice cream. He says, I'll tell you what, I'm going to get you ice cream. He says, you come behind my table, you watch my table for me, I'm going to get you ice cream. And so he actually did. He picked me up an ice cream, so that was pretty cool. And then he called me a name for eating it before he did, which I don't know if I can repeat on cable access. Because I finished mine before he did, I should say. This may not mean nothing to you if you don't care who Bill Tucci is, but it's killing time, so it's doing a good job here. But let's see, what else do we got? Okay, just because I want to fuss about this. We were talking about local events. We got news and other things too, but Mayor Russell Lloyd, This is kind of old news now. You know, that whole stadium thing is going to build. I don't know if you were for it or against it. I'm not a sports fan, so I'm not big for it.
Anybody for it? I think only 2 people.
Well, there's sports fans that were for it, but
Mattingly and Cal Ripken Jr.
But hey, Don Mattingly bought at my shop. He's cool. No, but he did. He bought Yu-Gi-Oh.
Don Mattingly's ex-stepfather used to be our science teacher at Central High School.
Yeah, we don't mention him. No.
But then Don Mattingly's wife left him, and now he's a friend.
He's a cool guy though. Him and his son bought some stuff at my shop, but I'm not a sports fan. Anyway, when they were talking about making the stadium, the stadium in the city, and then he decides to do it. But he says that they were going to do this stadium, and then they ended it, and they took all our tax money, right? And then he takes credit for stopping the thing. What up?
He was the one who was trying to enforce it.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't do that, right?
And that still leaves a question. What happened to the money that he did gather for all this? Where has it been distributed to? We have schools now who can't have music programs. We have no more kindergarten. And we have $25 million unaccounted for.
That's another thing.
Where that's
another thing. If we're going to talk about local matters, getting to another avenue here, I guess, is the school thing. They were supposed to vote for whether or not this has also happened a while back, but I guess it's still topical enough, where they wanted the city to raise taxes to pay for the schools. I say privatize the schools. No, I know public schools are a wonderful thing and all that, but really it's
uniform.
Let's get rid of the people in charge because they're mismanaging it and sending us all to heck in the handbasket.
And no more snow day.
Because really they can't budget better than that, so we have to get rid of kindergarten. But anyway, I guess let's
more snow day.
Well, snow days. Yeah, make those kids go all year round. Hey kids, we're on your side. Don't we just think you need some more learning. No, anyway, now we're really going to get letters.
Oh, no. We're going to get hate mail out the wazoo.
No, but let's...
Can we say wazoo? I think we can say wazoo.
Okay, yeah, we can get... Cameraman Dave says yes.
He says thumbs up.
He says thumbs up. Thanks, Dave. And let's see, okay, I'm going to talk... How are we doing on the time, Dave?
8 minutes.
8 minutes, okay. Should I talk about the call from Marvel? Should I do that one? Since we're making this comic-related show, it seems predominantly at this moment.
Yeah, we can say other news events for next time.
But one thing is, I do want to say real quick about the Dirty Dancing, just because I think everyone should see the Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing.
And if nothing else, we're going to make time for the Dirty Dancing kid. Okay, so Dave, here we go. We're going to stop for a second and let's.
There's a news article about this, isn't there?
Is it about him or is it just about Dirty Dancing?
It's about him.
It's about Dirty Dancing.
But it's not about him specifically, right?
That describes it.
Yeah.
You know what Dirty Dancing is, right? I mean, dang, it's been around since the 80s.
It's a problem here.
It's a problem. It's a problem that must be stopped.
Right.
And it's corrupting the youth of America.
It is.
How dare they do this with Dirty Dancing? We got to put it into this. Oh, yeah. Some are offended by Dirty Dancing. Dear Annie, I specifically liked your statement that dancers were acting like animals in heat. Well, I want to show you one of those animals. Okay.
We have a clip of that, don't we?
Yeah, we'll have a clip. Let's go to that clip. Oh, that's a good one. That's evil. That's dirty. You shouldn't laugh. How dare you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel dirty now.
Hey, give my serious face. Stop it, kid.
That was bad.
Stop it. Before it's too late.
No, I don't want to see that. Well, I do want to see that.
You shouldn't do that. Your mommy's going to spank your britches. Anyway.
I need to get a copy of that tape for myself.
That kid. Next he'll be in the pool halls, I tell you. Anyway, while we still got some time here, tell you about my call from the owner of Marvel Comics. This is the truth. This is not the...
This is all factual stuff.
Right. Let's see if I can sum this up really quick. Oh, boy. So anyway, there's a president of Marvel Comics. The COO and the president of Marvel Comics is a guy named Bill Jemas. He's been in charge of Marvel for the last 3 years. His editor-in-chief is Joe Quesada. I don't know how many of you, once again, we talk about comics a lot this time. I don't know how many of you are into comics, but I'm a big, comic fan. I'm a comic retailer. And with Spider-Man movie, X-Men movie, all that other stuff, I think it's predominant enough in pop culture at this moment to be of interest, even in a casual sense to some of you. And I thought maybe you'd be interested to know the local retailer That's me. No, guy, God, wasn't that pathetic?
I always think you're pathetic.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We got a phone call from Isaac Perlmutter of Marvel Comics. He's the owner of Marvel Comics. And what happened is I wrote, it's hard to go into detail, but basically, suffice to say that there's been some bad public behavior on the part of Bill Jemas. He wants to promote this bad boy image.
Don't forget Joe Quesada.
Joe Quesada too. They want to project, but it's predominantly it's Jemas. But they both have this thing, and they Joe Quesada's done a lot of good art and stuff for comics. But
he's a good artist, but he's not good behind the business table.
But yeah, but anyway, they had insulted some fans and retailers, and there was a Princess Lady Di story that was recalled. So we decided that we were going to, or I decided that I was going to write a letter to let the owner of Marvel know.
Enough.
Yeah, I had enough. I mean, really, I can't go into depth right now because we don't have the time. Maybe on a later episode, if people are interested and they let me know that they're interested, I could go into more detail on this. So just suffice to say, they weren't being very polite about things. Well, I got a call from the owner of Marvel Comics, Isaac Perlmutter. I wanted to say Ron Perlman, that's the former owner. And he called to actually apologize for their actions and let me know that he doesn't approve of this kind of behavior. He says in baseball there's 3 strikes. With him there's 1. And but it's really cool to know that the owner of Marvel did respond, and he did care about the public's perception of his company. He wasn't aware of this kind of behavior from the people that was running his company. And in fact, the very following Monday, I got a call on my answering machine, which I could actually play for us sometime. It's just him, just Bill Jemas returning a call to ask me to call him, which I did. And so I called Bill Jemas about this, or rather, he called me. I'm sorry. He called me and left a answering machine. I talked with him for an hour about the situation, plus about distribution, printing, and all that. Anyway, maybe later on I can, like I said, on another episode, I could go more in depth because we're kind of running out of time here. But I just thought that was kind of interesting, and plus it gave me something to talk about here. Let's see. Also, while we got the time, if anybody has any comments or suggestions, or if you want to, come onto this show, and if you want to be a guest, if you have, if you're a songwriter, if you're an artist, if you have any community news you want to share with us,
if you can do an odd trick.
I mean, just anything, as long as it's clean. We got to keep it fairly G-rated, PG-FE. We can't say certain words. And so what you want to do is you call either 812-479-6434 or 812-423-6952. That's my business number that you can call too if you want. If the first
it's 695. I put down 6592.
Dave, 6952. How dare, even on the board, cameraman Dave.
69, dude.
69.
423-695.
Ignore that picture. Boo on you. No, anyway. No, but we gotta give Dave his props. He tries. Not hard enough. No, I'm playing. Just kidding. No, he does a good job. And so
I saw him in the other room eating a sandwich when he was supposed to be setting things up earlier.
Right. How dare.
He wasn't doing nothing.
And Dave has a show on public access on Tuesdays at 4:00 p.m. in the afternoon called The Kitchen Magician.
Does he make things disappear?
Right. He's a culinary conjurer of Mealtime Magic. And
Mealtime Magic. I like the way that sounds. It just rolls off your tongue.
Right.
Do it again.
The culinary conjurer of Mealtime Magic. That's The Kitchen Magician, Dave Johnson. And so here on the MattHawes hour and a half, that's hour and a half because that's as in an hour stuffed in a half hour. Get that? And if
you can explain that for me.
Oh, by the way, I also want to say, anybody out there with musical talent, if you want to contribute your own music for like our theme song, we could do a contest. If there's only one of you out there sitting in, you win. And but anyway, what we're doing here is first off, we can't pay you for it or nothing. It would have to be volunteered to the program because we're not making any money from this, and it's totally free. But if you want to, go ahead and once again, those numbers 812-479-6434 or 812-423-6952, or you can write me, Matt Hawes, at 654B East Diamond Avenue, Evansville, Indiana, 47711. And
don't forget, this seat is always
right. We want to have guests.
Come and talk or anything, especially if you're a cute girl. Come sit and chat with us.
We do want to have guests, and if you have any ideas for conversations or anything,
just write and call in.
Well, see ya.